folks, and welcome back here to Gatekeeper Media as we continue to bring you coverage of the 2022 Ledgestone Open outside of Peoria, Illinois. We are on moving day with our chase card, and now we're on the back nine here of Northwood Black, and we appreciate all of you tuning in. And again, a special thank you goes out to the Patreon supporters who help make all this coverage possible. My name is Dustin Mouret, and joining me in the virtual commentary booth will be, once again, Nathan Queen.
Good to be back out here on moving day. We've got the final 9 holes of Northwood Black. Kyle Klein absolutely tearing up that front 9 at 6 down. Matteo and Kyle Moriarty 2 down. Randon Latta sitting at even through that front 9.
And you can see Ricky Wysocki is kind of one of the first guys to break up there towards the top. Ganenberg and Kyle Klein currently still sitting in or near the podium as we get into hole number 10.
400-foot par 3, you've got about 170 feet to get out of the gap. There's a straight shot. You can go with forehand or backhand, or there's also roller play. A little bit off to the right. Try to sneak through these trees.
It is such a low ceiling on this hole. You really have to challenge it, though, to get the distance in the air. And there you can see kind of one of the pitfalls of that, just coming up short, a little too low.
Moriarty here, getting a nice little tree direction there. It's going to get all the way there.
Oh, my. Still, though.
In circle 2 after first available. That's pretty great.
I think he had like a 40 or 45 footer ahead of him after that. That is bonkers. Matteo is deciding to go for that roller play you were talking about. Will it stand up, though?
Not quite early enough. Gets a lot of distance out of that. Hopefully doesn't go too far into the woods, though.
I want to see Randon Latta stepping up. But it's a good move on this disc. That is just on a rope the whole way.
Wow, and even with that low ceiling, able to go long of the pin. Be inside 25 feet looking at a nice birdie.
And as you can see, Klein just kind of jump putt approach to get the stress-free par. Not really too much more he could do from that. Matteo has to work for his a little bit here, but he's got a little pocket he can throw a little forehand roller through. Nasty roll away, though.
Doesn't get too far away. He's got an opportunity for the par. Birdie look here. Bit of an elevated pin. Could have been a little bit nervous. It does get a little fast behind it, as you saw. Matteo got into that 25 range pretty quickly.
Matteo able to spin that in there for the par save. And again, outside of hole 1, he has been able to be very successful in keeping the card clean.
Randon getting back to under par for the round. Very nice birdie here. 22% of the field able to get a birdie.
Yeah, Russ just cleaning up par here before moving on to hole 11.
Hole 11 is another difficult par 3, 380 feet. You really want to go outside of those trees to have the best opportunity to park the hole. Those 2 skinny trees in the middle, I mean. If you go to the inside of them, more likely to finish off to the right side.
We see Randon kind of getting caught up just a touch there. See Kyle go to forehand. I feel like this does line up pretty nicely for a flex forehand.
The initial gap is definitely more open for the forehand line. Kyle's using all of this fairway and gets just a little bit too much off to the left side.
Yeah, I had the right idea, but Just turned it over a little too much. We've seen Kyle Moriarty certainly show that he has some proficiency with the sidearm, so not surprised to see him look at it here.
Again, showing that power. I mean, very quickly, but most likely skipping off to the right. Does kind of check up for him there. He's going to be inside the circle.
Yeah,
have to straddle putt, but nice birdie look.
Yeah, pretty much like a straight skip. Didn't really get too much action over to the right-hand side, so I think he's very within circle one, probably only 15, 20 feet away. Matteo trying to do something similar here. Just catches that ceiling. Was on a great line, though.
He got out to the left side of those trees, was going to crash back towards the pin instead of away from it, but pitching up for a par now.
Tried to get that one a little chance, it looked like, but yeah, it comes up short, and we'll just have to settle for par. Similar boat here for Randon.
Catches a little bit of metal on the way, but nonetheless going to be a par.
Same deal here for Kyle. No option but just to pitch up. Make sure he has a stress-free 3. Kyle, though, yeah, he's right outside the bullseye for birdie here. And he will connect.
Moriarty. Just a 3 down on the round. Second on the card, still maintaining that chase card position. Second as far as score for the round on the card.
Yeah, mostly par cleanups here until we head into the most difficult hole in disc golf on hole 12.
Indeed it is. Again, averaging over a full stroke above par today. If you want to get the birdie, you need 420 feet off of this tee. Then you need to throw it 360, 370 feet to get to the top of this hill. Then you need to throw it down this very tight gap, about 15 feet wide, another 250 to 300 feet. Missed the OB on the left, missed the trees on the right. That's the birdie play. Most likely you're just going to see a lot of pars. Par play, I mean. Hopefully we'll see a lot of pars on the card today.
Yeah, par feels real good on this hole. Much more so than perhaps any other hole on tour.
Both players so far a little bit too far to the left, going to be dealing with those some awkward stances in those trees. Looking to have that similar fate. May have gotten long enough to still have an open look to get across that little ditch at least. Let's take a look at his form here though. Low and fluid run up. Again, really using his body to move around his arm rather than reaching back with his arm. Clean pull through.
Matteo here, throwing that flow on that slight turn. And has it straighten out at the end and very much avoiding what he calls Cambodia. If you've seen his whole breakdown.
And he is going to be in the best position we've seen so far for the 2 rounds this week.
Oh, no. A rough one there for Randon.
Yeah, that's too aggressive. There's no need. No need to try all that. He just found out he's going to have to... may need to get a little aggressive to try to get across this ravine now, as Moriarty has done so well. Will be in position to try to get to the top of the hill and secure his 5.
Yeah, Randon looking to do the same here now. Unfortunately, he's had to burn a shot just to get to this point. But trying to line up that same kind of forehand. Overturned, though, it looks like. Kind of fights back towards the edge, at least.
Does. It looks like he should be in a decent position to get to the top of the hill from there.
Here's Klein throwing 2, certainly looking to try to get himself in a good position. As most of these players are really not looking to get onto that hillside on throw number 2. You really want that flat ground for good footing.
Right. And Klein went off to the right side a little bit too much there. May still have an anhyzer up towards the top of the hill, or maybe a roller. Oh, and Matty O, from a decent position, goes for the top of the hill and turns it over too much. But does land in a nice spot to be able to scramble for a par.
And he's been doing a heck of a lot of that this round. He has done so well to keep the card mostly clean. As the flow's going to go.
Needs to stop now, though.
That should be good.
Yeah, there is OB over there, but it looks like he has avoided it. Okay, Moriarty.
Yeah, nice shot there. Ends up on the right side. You saw that one tiny little leaner tree. It might be in his line, but looked fairly open to the pin from there. And then just being that 2 or 3 feet off makes it much more difficult to get down that fairway than you would expect.
Kyle just playing conservative. Nice little slow turnover to get him dead center cut for the final tunnel. Just needs one more nice dead straight shot here to try to give him a chance. But that's just early.
Par. And too much pressure to take on that one. He's up. Luckily not OB, but like I was saying a second ago, gonna have a lot of these little trees to deal with. Be a tough scramble.
Great commitment and angle control there from Klein, though, to skate right up near the pin.
Beautiful flex shot.
There's Matty O trying to get close as well to have a stress-free par. And that'll do just fine.
Moriarty made pretty good distance for being from the bottom of the hill. He's gonna have to get out of this little gap to secure his par, and he's able to do so nicely. Yesterday we had just 2 birdies on this hole. Today, even less. Albert Tam collecting the only 4 on the hole today. 72% taking bogey or above.
Not going to find that sound too many holes on tour.
No, definitely not.
So we're going to have 3 pars here, it looks like, for our chase card.
Which is fantastic.
It's the most satisfying par on the Disc Golf Pro Tour for sure.
Yes, par gains you an entire stroke on the field. Kyle takes his first bogey of the round there. Puts him back to 5 down. Doesn't get a whole lot easier as we head into hole 13.
No, certainly not. It is the slightest of reprieve and difficulty when we get into our next one. As we're going to see a Randon tap in a double there, and we'll be back after a short break.
If you want to be the best, you win world.
It doesn't happen to a lot of people, and when it does, it's huge.
Hole 13, very tight gap to hit off of the tee. Stump that we just crossed over is about 200 feet away, and the cedar tree is about 400 feet. Get to that cedar tree and stay to the left of it, you're going to have an opportunity to approach this pin over top of this OB little swamp that you've got there. It's on a knoll as well, so if you come in too fast, you can get to that 40-foot mark behind it pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you have to be in perfect position to feel comfortable crossing the swamp on your second shot, and even then, like you said, that little turtleback green can make things tricky.
It's a good looking line there. I'm not really sure. I've been just a little bit too inside.
Maddie fitting it through.
Comes up just a bit short of that cedar. He's going to have a very difficult angle if he wants to attack. Again, looked like a good line. Could have been a little bit low.
This one falls a bit short from Randon as well. And so a lot of scrambling about to take place here.
Moriarty going to the forehand roller. To be laid down at a good angle. Let's fight back to the left side. He's going to have a straight, wide open look. Try to get his par. Kyle from a similar position.
Yeah. Yeah. You're fine.
Might have pushed a little bit too far, but shouldn't be too far out of position.
And everyone kind of got grouped up over here on the left-hand side outside of Matteo. And everyone's kind of getting a similar result, just kind of pushing towards this left-hand side of the fairway, still making their next shot tricky.
Wise decision here, not trying to get aggressive. Might have left that a little more difficult than he needed to, though. Staying too far to the right.
Yeah, you're right. This is definitely going to be something a little more touchy for him. But, again, he's really good at these little slightly nose-up approach shots with the backhand. And that's
hey, catches some cage along the way, too. Just where he wanted to. Try to throw it in for the birdie.
That's tracking, too, for a second there. Oh.
We've got 4 par looks inside 20 feet, which makes pretty good sense on this hole, as 51% of the field did card a par. Tee shot's really what dictates if you have a chance for the birdie on this one. Difficult placement, because you have to have enough distance as well.
Yeah, but no harm, no foul. At least no one taking any damage on this one.
Nice par frame here before we move on to another par 5. Very difficult. 14th, 193 feet. Much cleaner than last year as far as hitting this gap. To get to the landing zone, you need about 375 feet of straight distance. Once you get there, this very tight tunnel, go down about 520, 530 feet. There's OB right side. Thick trees on the left side. Second most difficult hole on the course today.
I feel like a lot of it's because of how protected the green is on this hole. I mean, that last stretch of 100 feet is just so congested.
That tiny little touch that he got right there is going to keep him from really gaining any type of distance on his second shot. He's just going to have to try to pitch up around that corner.
Meanwhile, this shot from Matteo is looking pristine.
Does get down the gap, but possibly gone too far.
Right.
To have the ideal distance shot down that fairway. Should still be able to manufacture something, though. Now we're talking.
There you go. That's the line and the right distance control. Now we're cooking with gas. Oh, early from Randon.
Really important to get this one where you want on the second shot. That high skip may have put him in a good enough spot to get some distance down.
Wondering,
Second part of the fairway.
yeah, I wonder what Moriarty's thinking here. Thinking overhand left side. Oh, that last roll, though, as it lands, puts him in a tough spot. Yeah, it was looking good up until that point.
Kyle trying to go with that low forehand flex line. Gets a nice little touch back to the middle of the fairway. Should give him an opportunity to reach the pin from there.
Oh, this is a great shot from Randon.
What a recovery.
Making the catch can turn around quite a ways.
Fantastic third shot. He's going to put himself in position to get up and down for a par.
Big roller from Matteo, but gets caught up, but at least gets centered. Leaves him a long shot here to try to get up and down for birdie now.
Really intimidating fairway here. You see how it kind of like bottlenecks in the middle. It's
Whoa.
way tight.
I believe he
Yeah,
got
able
the
to
circle.
Yeah, it looks like he's up there right around the edge of it.
Just needed a little more height or maybe slightly more angle to get the skip.
He also going to be right outside circle too, or right around the circle's edge, I mean.
Come on. Sit. Sit.
Coming in a bit too hot for Moriarty there. Hopefully he'll have a good look coming back towards the pin.
And Klein with the slight stepper, just a little low, unable to connect. And here's Matteo, probably about 45 or so away, and strikes it center. That's a little roll tide.
It's him to 3 down for the round now. Nice clean back 9 going.
Yeah, that's going to get him fired up for sure. As Moriarty has a window and able to catch that right-hand side there for par.
Pumped about it. Great par save there. Second hardest hole on the course. Able to connect from the woods for his par.
What a par save for Randon, speaking of that, considering where he was at off the tee. Man.
Absolutely. That third shot was incredible.
Absolutely.
Brings us to hole 15, one of the few times I'll say we have an easier hole on the course. 650-foot par 4. It's about 380 feet to that tree you saw leaning from the left side. You can get to there, stay on the left side of the fairway, and you're going to have a pretty standard approach shot. He's looking really good out of Matteo.
Yeah, he's 1 for 2. Great drive. Did miss the sunglasses, though, so we do have to shave a couple of points.
Let's take a look at him missing his sunglasses here. Very unique form. You see how high up he keeps his arm, rolls his wrist around.
You could see the left hand had a chance there for a second, had some finger contact, but just could not secure the grasp, so glasses on the floor. Sorry, I thought, were we talking about the disc? My bad.
All right, he's picked him up so Kyle doesn't step on him here. That is that leaning tree I was talking about. He's right there in position. It's a bit cleaner over there on the right side than it has been in past years, but still not as clean, a little more difficult to find direct way to the pin. Look at this slow stand up from Randon. What a beautiful shot. That's one of my favorite shots to watch right there.
Yeah, it's definitely always a beauty to see someone be able to do that on the backhand as he puts himself in prime real estate to approach the pin. Overturn, though, for Moriarty there on the forehand.
Fights back just enough to avoid that OB down there. Going to be in circle 2 for a long birdie look. Kyle over on that right side, you see having to reach around and throw very slow arm speed roller that he has done so perfectly. Tapped a koozie on the way by. Tapping another birdie for a nice bounce back from that bogey on hole 12.
Now, what crazy control to be able to get a roller that precise with such little speed. As, Randon dancing over the top of the basket there.
Fortunate little roll, but still should be in pretty good position to get his birdie, as Matty-O doesn't have a whole lot left here.
Yeah, he likes that. Not much work to do for that birdie now. So he's starting to catch a little bit of fire here on the back nine.
Something we've seen from Moriarty so far this round, just not quite on those circle 2 looks just yet. Randon putting up all kinds of fight. He's been over par a few times this round, most recently that double bogey on 12. Now fought himself to even for a third time.
Matty-O going back to back. Gets him to 4 under par on the round, now in solo third position, trying to fight for a lead card spot here. We're going to see Kyle take the par. And Klein to follow. Snag a birdie.
Let me into my zone. Please don't let me into my zone. 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 Please don't let me into. Please don't let me into my zone. I just need some time of my own. All these people trying to get a conversation. You can conversate to that tone. My God up on that throne, yeah. So I'm never alone, yeah. Ballin' can't beat me up 'cause I'm back in my zone now.
Hole 16, very fun par 3, 330 feet downhill, probably about 20 feet or so. The easiest par 3 on the course, believe it or not. Looks to be a difficult one to really pinpoint, as you got all this trouble on the right and the left. Ends up a couple creeks along the way.
Matty-O at the box after back-to-back birds. And this is looking super good.
Yeah, just sneaks past those last few trees. Going to be inside the circle for a turkey now.
How stable is that thing?
Not quite the stand-up Kyle was wanting on that one. Either needed less stable disc or a little bit more anhyzer on that one.
Pulled right. Needs to get lucky to fit through all this. It does land in that ditch. Does play as casual, but a very tough putt.
Moriarty also not quite getting the stand-up that he's wanting on that one. It's pretty thick over there on the left side. Sweet.
Well executed for sure as Kyle. Oh, no. Obviously not the greatest footing sitting in the water, but man, that's a tough error.
They're going to leave him a very difficult par putt. Catches a little bit of chains. Going to give that birdie right back.
And Randon, look at that putt. He's so close to that wall, but able to finesse one over top and grab a birdie. That's back-to-back.
Yeah, fantastic putt there. Reminds me a bit of Maple Hill, the Castle hole.
Right.
I believe it's hole 10. Very difficult. Got your nose up. Adio. Not going to let Randon's back-to-back be the best. He's going to go ahead and get his turkey now, getting 14, 15, and 16.
Keeping himself up there and on the podium. Again, lead card right there in front of him if he can keep up this pace. You can see Moriarty tap in the par and we'll head off into hole 17.
Is the second easiest par 3 on the course. 320 feet. You've got 2 gaps to pick from. There's a forehand flex down the right side. Plays the safest as far as the OB goes. There is OB down the left side. Most likely why this hole does play slightly harder than the last.
Matteo trying to do a slow turn, but catches a tree kick and goes OB. What a tough break.
Absolutely brutal. That was a great looking shot. That one was not. Gets much better luck than Matteo did. He's going to inside the circle now for his turkey opportunity.
Kyle, I think, wanted a little more angle on that forehand to force it over, but still stays in bounds and maybe has some kind of putt on top of the bridge.
This could be in danger of reaching that OB right.
Yeah.
Oh, and it does.
There's Matteo with a par save chance, but way out there. Oh, nearly. 0 for 2 on glasses as well, if you're keeping count.
Yeah, that was even afterwards. He had plenty of time to catch those ones.
What's behind his back that time, though, to be fair, so a little bit of leniency.
Able to connect for his par. Good par save after an unfortunate OB. Just barely wraps around right there on the right side. You see Moriarty not very far away, but he was not OB.
Just kind of sails it high.
They're going to wind up with the same score.
Brandon able to cash in his turkey now, though, as well, after a great tee shot. Fighting for chase card spot for tomorrow. Same with Kyle. Well, really both Kyles.
Yeah, they're all hanging in there pretty good this round. Being up a solid fight. We're all under par, 2 under being the worst score, which is pretty good out here. Bringing us into hole 18, 703-foot par 4. Need to get to just before this hill you see here to be able to have a good opportunity to get the birdie. That's going to mean your drive needs to go about 415, 420 feet, moving to the left side. Understable hyzer stand-up shot that doesn't turn over for a backhand, or a big flex forehand that really doesn't fade much at the end.
Good line here from Randon. Makes a lot of progress and a good position.
That's what you want. Not ideal position there, but good enough. He should have an opportunity to get aggressive and try to get up there.
Kyle trying that forehand line you're referring to, but catches a tree there, but
Ooh, and just getting it up, enough stand up to miss those inside trees. He's gotten all the way around the corner. Is going to be in a great position.
yeah, has a chance to go for a final birdie and find himself on lead card for the final day as Kyle Klein Unfortunately, gets caught up there on the approach, unable to make it to the green.
Great line here from Kyle, getting a full flex out of the shot. Gonna land up inside the circle and get a birdie attempt.
Would be certainly a great way to finish. Would certainly ensure his place on chase card for the final round. So Matty O's looking for birdie here.
Definitely the straightest position that we've seen somebody be able to attack this green. Very nice bounce out at the end there. He had a little bit too much nose up, but gets a bounce out of the woods, and he is also going to have a birdie opportunity. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Randon looking for the same thing here, man. That is well within the circle.
Awesome.
What a way to finish if you can go 4 in a row. That's Kyle just struggling here. He was so hot on the front half of the course. I think he was 6 down through 9, but he has had some real struggles, and they're not over yet.
Yeah, this is looking like double bogey territory here. Not quite finishing out this round the way that he started. We've got 3 birdie looks here on hole 18. 4th hardest hole on the course.
Unfortunately, Kyle just coming up short. It's been kind of his issue today. It's just been the putting green. Matty O straddle. And that'll find it 17 under par, solo 4th place, and on the lead card for the final round.
Way to put a round together after that first bogey on hole 1. We'll bounce back with the birdie on 18, as well as Randon birdieing the last 4 holes to get to 3 under par on the round and stay on chase card.
It's that flat cat flare, man. Kyle's had some tough knocks here on the back half after a very strong front 9, but that will still be good enough to get him on chase card along with Kyle. So we're going to have 3 returning members to the chase card tomorrow, as we will bid Matty O adieu as he steps up to the lead card. With just that really strong finish, that turkey 14 through 16 certainly really fueled him jumping up the leaderboard. As you can see, we have just a very tight race at the top, just 2 strokes of separation on the lead card, and Paul Macbeth will be leading our chase card just 1 step further behind, still very much in the mix. And we appreciate you all for tuning in. And again, a special thank you to our Patreon supporters who helped make this all possible. Please be sure to follow and subscribe so you can get to the final round of our Ledgestone coverage, as well as the rest of our coverage of the Pro Tour this year. Once again, I am Dustin Mouret, and once again with me was Nathan Klein, and we hope to see you out there soon.
See you guys out there.